Let's talk about a big game here. We touched on it briefly earlier in the show. And remember, if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it all on picknation.com. The first 30 minutes or any portion of it. The Giants coming off the back-to-back losses to the Cowboys at home and the Eagles on the road, and they were totally dominated by the Eagles. If not for the Eagles' turnovers, their inefficiency in the red zone, and numerous penalties, Eagles probably should have won that game handily by 14 to 17 points. They won it by a 10-point margin, but, they didn't score the game-winning touchdown till about 4 minutes to go, and that was on a costly turnover by Eli Manning. Now they're back at home taking on a Jacksonville Jaguars team who has won 3 in a row. Interesting spot, cheap price. If this game had been played 3 weeks ago, no doubt the Giants are an 11-point favorite. Now, instead, today, we see the Giants at 7.5, but this is a beaten-up Giants team. Eli Manning, without both of his top receivers. Steve Smith is out, probably until the first weekend in December, and now he also lost Hakeem Nicks, who was actually his leading wide receiver with 62 catches, 9 touchdown passes already this season. So, that puts the Giants automatically behind the 8 ball coming into this game.
And what I see from the Giants here is a game where they're going to go back to basics.
Right.
And defense and running. Control the ball, control the clock, get back to that power game that got them in the position they're in this year to begin with. And because of that, I look at this total at 45 points, and I'm going to go under the posted total of 45. I think Jacksonville keeps it close. No blowouts here. But again, this is a game where the Giants set the tone defensively and with the power game at the run.
Now, you have two teams here that have trended over.
Right.
Jaguars have gone over in 7 of 9 so far, their last 9 games. And meanwhile, the Giants have gone over in 17 of their last 24 games. However, you're right.
We're seeing that in the line.
Right, and you're seeing the line being reflected at a lower price. And you're also, you pointed out that even though Jacksonville has a pathetic pass defense and no pass rush whatsoever, this team is ranked 28th in the league. Opposing quarterbacks are completing 67.2% of their passes. They've got to go run the ball. Jacksonville isn't that good at stopping the run. They're giving up 4.2 yards per carry. More you run the ball with Amon Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs, the more time that's taken off the clock, less scoring opportunities. You saw that in last Monday night's game where Denver and San Diego came out. Their first 2 scoring drives were each about 7.5 minutes long.
Right.
When you go in 7.5-minute drives, guys, you do not have enough time in a game to put up 45 to 52 points. So I can see as well this being somewhere in a low scoring, maybe a 24-14, 24-17 game, keeping it under. So I would definitely drink the Kool-Aid there in terms of going with the under. Another interesting game, I think that suddenly, maybe it wasn't interesting on the schedule a few weeks ago, but how about the Buffalo Bills?
Right.
I mean, 3 straight 3-point losses, right? 2 in overtime, and now suddenly 2 straight wins. And last week, I mean, they're down, they're buried. They're buried against Cincinnati, and they come roaring back against the Bengals in that game to score the win on the road.
The Bungles, and how pathetic are the Bungles?
Yeah, we have to talk about that. I mean, it's just a bad team. But can this Bills team now, young team playing with a little confidence, can they get the job done at home as a 6.5-point dog against a Steelers team that is just covered 6 of its last 15 games on the road against the spread?
But they seem to be surging right now, the Steelers. They seem to be getting ready to play their best ball. I mean, obviously they had the big win last week, but I mean, it just seems like when Big Ben first came back, that the defense took a little rest, that they didn't feel the need to do what they had done the first couple of games and really shut teams out because they had Big Ben to rely on. Well, I think they've come back now, and I think that they're playing their best ball, and you got to beware of the better teams playing the best ball at this time of the year. Buffalo, hats off to them. 3 great games leading into the 2 victories, all, like you said, determined by a field goal. Heartbreakers for them. You had to see this coming. They were getting better and better every week. Ryan Fitzpatrick playing great. But I think that Pittsburgh's going to test him. They come in with those zone blitzes, and they're really going to test the fortitude of this Ryan Fitzpatrick. And I don't think he's going to pass that test. I'm going to go with the Steelers here. Just another favorite that I'm picking on the show today. I think that makes 5 out of 6 for me on the favorites. But I told you in the beginning of the show I thought the favorites were going to take it this week, that trend was going to continue. I'm staying true to form and what I said, and I'm going to go with the Steelers here minus the 6.
And you're getting them at a discounted price. If Buffalo doesn't come roaring back from 20-some down at Cincinnati last week and put up all those points and win, and if they don't win 2 straight games, the Steelers are laying 10.5 easy here, maybe
Right.
12. Instead, you're looking at a touchdown, give or take a half a point one way or another. So if you like the favorite, you are certainly getting the Steelers at a cheap price. However, I do caution you. Remember their 3-game road trip where they barely beat Miami on a controversial call. They needed the second chance. And
But Ben was just coming back, and I think it's too late in the season for that crap for the Steelers. I think they got Super Bowl on their mind, and if they can't stay focused now, then they're never going to be focused.
Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, they struggled to get by Cincinnati in that Monday night road game, and in between, they, of course, lost at New Orleans. But Saints, Bills, two different quality teams, obviously, here. So, I mean, it certainly can be excused there. Okay, so I can see... I don't know. It's a tough game. I don't even have an opinion there, but you do like the Steelers, so we'll ride with your pick on the Steelers in that game. I will take a pass at even looking at this contest. One other game, St. Louis and Denver. Broncos coming off the road loss on Monday night, preceded by the home win against Kansas City, 49-29, a game in which they were up 35-0 in the second quarter. Back at home, taking on the St. Louis Rams, a Rams team that really gave the Atlanta Falcons a heck of a battle last week. Did not win, did not cover, but certainly were competitive right until the closing minutes. At home, though, however, yet to win on the road this year, even though they covered 3 out of 4 on the highway.
I'm watching the game last Monday night with Denver. Obviously, Denver was a play of mine, getting the 9 points. And I watched the first, drive, and Denver comes down and scores with like a run attack. It was crazy. And at that point, I'm up 16 or 15 points or whatever, 17 points. And I say to myself, you know what? I'm going to go to sleep. This one's over. I go to sleep. I wake up like 2 in the morning. I get the score. It was like 107-7 at that point. That was over. No big deal. I guess I shouldn't have fallen asleep on that one.
Well, the Broncos defense went to sleep. Yeah. They joined you in bed.
So, I mean, but the thing about Denver is they score a lot of points at home. And I think Kyle Orton just had a really bad game. And so did the Denver defense, which has a bad game every single game. I think it's a throw-out game for them. I think they come back at home and they rebound and they score a ton of points, and that St. Louis can't keep up with those points.
I agree with you because as good as Sam Bradford has been, he's still a rookie. Playing in the higher altitude of Denver, always tough for any visiting team, especially later in the season when the air is heavier and it's colder in Denver. We'll be giving you the meteorology forecast for a number of other cities here.
Well,
as
I
we
own a
close
house
the
in
program.
Colorado, and if I go up half the steps, I got my hands on my knees, and I'm breathing like an old fat man that I am.
But I'm with you. I think Denver is certainly the way to go here in this particular game. And guys, reminder, you can catch any part of this show in its entirety over at PickNation.com. And right now at PickNation.com, make sure you take advantage of the one-day free all-access pass where you can get my best bet today, Steve's latest NFL crew release, all the plays of all 13 handicappers for free, no strings attached to PickNation.com.
Yeah, and we do it here. No one else does it. We pull the curtain back. We let the customers come in, see all the handicappers, get all the analysis, build their bankroll for free on us, and that's how we make customers for life, and we do it every single day, and we do it better than anyone else.
And guys, total transparency. What you see is what you get. Tomorrow, you will see which handicappers won, which handicappers lost at the site. And the greatest thing about the free one-day all-access pass, you're getting about anywhere between $400 and $600 worth of action, if not more. If you had bought all these handicappers separately, you're getting it all for free. So please take advantage of it. It's the only place in this business that you can take advantage of this offer. Remember, it's PickNation.com, 100% online business. No telephone numbers, no recorded message, no salesman, no hassles. That's the best part. This is the Pick Nation Report. We join you every single Sunday breaking down all your NFL action. Al DeMarco, Steve Budin. Good luck, everybody, today.